Hey guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 250 BC, the album, or 1975. The album, Dad. Those were the good years of music. Not 250 BC, 1975. Dad. AF. I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. You guys have no idea what a miracle it is that I am actually sitting down and filming, okay? I have completely thrown out my back. I'm trying to get an appointment with a doctor. My back is so much in pain right now. I mean, to even sit down in this chair was a lot of work. So let's get into this. So you better like this video. That means hit the like button right now. Anyway, all my good GDs. Are you ready for drama class, you guys? Are you? Are you ready for drama class? Let me tell you, okay? Let me tell you what the worst thing in the entire world, well, not the worst thing, but when you are 25 and a half years sober and you don't take anything that's not over the counter, like the only thing I'll take is like a leave, okay? And your friends are like, why don't you take a muscle relaxer for your back? And you're like, what a wonderful idea. I had never thought of that. Yeah, I have to live through the pain, okay? I have to live through the pain as a person in sobriety. So anyway, let's get into this video. Before I do, I want to put on a little bit of my new lip balm. This is the Brazilian Kiss from Sol de Janeiro. Look, it even matches my Birkenstocks. I got these and I was so excited about them. And then I was like, they look like duck feet wherever I go. But I just did a huge review over on my review channel. Not a review. I did a haul. I did a huge Sephora, Bath & Body Works, and online shopping haul. So go check it out. That was one of the things I bought. One of the things, 2, 5, 4, 6, 8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 9. Jenny, Jenny, Jenny. Is that song? Do you guys remember that song? Anyway. All right. I am all over the place. Of course, we're going to read some comments because that's what I've been doing over here. So let's get into these comments. I just screenshotted a couple comments that I wanted to address. Okay, the first one is from Belle, and Belle said, when Peter quotes you on his video, I screamed and recorded that so fast. Belle, that is, ouch. That is for you, Belle. I'm working through the pain. The receipts, Whitney. Okay. And then Ashley said, she said, hi, I love an episode discussing I cannot speak today. Discussing your thoughts on Unsolved Mysteries. Okay, so I have had so many requests for this. Did you know that Unsolved Mysteries tweeted me? Oh my God, people went crazy on Twitter. But anyway, they did, because basically I'm famous. Don't even worry about it. But anyway, so like I was obsessed with Unsolved Mysteries growing up as a kid. I have this, I'd like to say it's kind of a fantasy, but it's kind of like a strange fantasy. So I always have this kind of like weird idea that my good Judy and I are gonna go, my friend Tanya, we're gonna go missing at the Walmart, and we're gonna be on an episode of Unsolved Mysteries, and they are, and they're gonna be like, Peter Monn and his good Judy Tanya Jean were last seen entering the Walmart at 2 a.m. in the morning. Their car was unlocked, and they did not take their wallets or billfolds. And that will be how we are on Unsolved Mysteries, and then we'll disappear from this sad-ass world. Oh my Lord, 25 cents in the cuss jar. Okay. But I have been thinking about doing like an episode where I go through and tell you guys all my thoughts on each episode of the 6 episodes that just came out on Netflix. I'm thinking about doing that. All right. Then Can't Touch This, Hammer Time, said, sad face. Oh, such a sad face. Just here to leave, a thumbs down, that's all. All right, good Judy. All right, so let's get to the next comment. Somebody said, Peter, I wish you were at my home group, referring to 12-step home group. It's like a meeting that you go to on a regular basis, that you make a commitment to being there and you vote there and things like that. So anyway, this person said, Peter, I wish you were at my home group. Those meetings would be fabulous. I just almost like cry every time I go to my meetings. But anyway, then they said, by the way, I turned 26 today. Congratulations. We like got sober like the same year. Like that is amazing. Okay. And then MC said, you are staying silent. Now, I will say that MC, no, it wasn't MC, it was the next person. MC said, you are staying silent for that James Charles coin girl. We know what's up behind the scenes. Okay, there were people that were on Twitter that were insinuating that I was getting paid by James Charles to not talk about the situation, okay? I have never in my life, nor would I ever accept money, okay? And I can only speak for myself. I have never accepted money or gifts from those people, okay? To make any kind of certain video or not making video. And I don't know any drama channels that have. In all honesty, I don't know any drama channels that have. So I thought that was so funny that people were actually like, oh yeah, I believe that Peter Monn, like James Charles is paying him to not make these videos. Who cares? You think James Charles is worried about my channel over here? Let's be for real, okay? It's not like I'm this humongous drama channel of the world or something. And then somebody else said, maybe if you stop commenting on the James Charles thing every 5 seconds in every video. Well, I haven't, which is what people's issue is that I hadn't talked about it at all. Because I took a day off to spend with my husband and then I was staying silent. So I haven't mentioned James at all. In fact, the criticism I've received is that I haven't talked about James. I've been talking about Shane and Jeffrey. So I don't know I'm confused with this comment. But anyway, maybe if you stop commenting on the James Charles thing every 5 seconds in every video, people will stop commenting on it. Just a constructive thought. Now, I will tell you, this person left a very, very nice message. Well, kind of. I mean, it was a lot of constructive criticism about me focusing on negative comments. Here's the thing. And this person said it too. I love watching you, Peter, but I wish you weren't giving so much of your attention in response to negative comments. Once in a while, as I vent, I get it, but as it's most videos lately, there are also so many positive comments to focus on. I've been reading a lot of really positive comments, you guys. I mean, like, it's like this. If I read 10 comments and 2 of them are negative, then people are like, oh, you're addressing all the negative comments. My last video that I did, I said what I had to say in that video because I had it, okay? I had it with people coming and saying that I was full of hate, that I was a hateful person, that I'm mean-spirited. I'm tired of I'm not that person. I'm not. Now I sound like a beauty influencer. You know, but I was like, give me a break, okay? Like, I don't know who you're watching out there, but I've seen some mean-spirited people, okay? It's not this one right here. So I had it, and I was like, I'm addressing it, period, end of story. But since you wanted to hear some positive things, oh, look at this. This was a sweatshirt that I just ordered. This is a cute sweatshirt, okay. But I took some screenshots. Where are they at? Okay, hold on a second. Did I already read them the other day? I probably read them in my other video. Yeah, I did. But anyway, I just like to go in here and read comments. I think it's so nice that you guys like leave me these comments and stuff like that, and I love to read them. But like, I also have been going through and I didn't used to do this, when my video is posted and I'm going through and I'm marking who's first, I'm going through there and I'm randomly commenting to some people, and I'm commenting like for like the first hour on my video when it's up, so I've been trying to do that too. But since I will take that constructive criticism and I will start focusing on the comments that I want to focus on, because it's my channel. It is, no. But I will focus more on the positive comments. I really, really appreciate that. But, you know, sometimes you just got to say what you got to say, you know? Like, I have always, like, I think this is why people on my channel, like, they're not used to it. It's like, I've never really been somebody that's focused on, like, the negative comments or done any of that kind of stuff over here. So when I do it, they're like, ooh, that's a sassy Peter, right? And that's kind of like very telling in real life too. You know, if you're somebody that never stands up for yourself, never challenges people or whatever, then when you do, people are like, who is that? Like, you're not allowed to be that person, right? Like, it's when a woman stands up for herself, all of a sudden people are calling her a bitch. No, she's not a bitch. She's just standing up for herself, right? So when I'm standing up for myself, I'm focusing on the negative. No, I'm standing up for myself, and there's a difference, and I'm going to continue to do that. And I think that that's okay, and I think that that's a good message for all of my viewers out there as well. You should stand up for yourself, you know? Pick your battles, but stand up for yourself. And if you've had a day where you've had enough, say, I've had enough and I'm not going to take it. And you don't deserve to have people come at you and say, you're mean-spirited, you're hateful, you're aggressive, or you're a bitch. No, that's not fair, okay? Because you chose to stand up for yourself. So anyway, but I will focus on the positive comments because I appreciate the positive comments. Okay, now I wanted to share a little conversation that I had with my best friend, Judy. It's not, her name's not Judy, it's Tanya. Tanya Jean Applestein, prettiest girl I've ever seen. Anyway, I went to go join my good Judy, Tanya Jean, and my sponsor. And if you don't know what a sponsor is somebody that is like, they walk you through the 12-step program, but like at my point in sobriety, like I do inventory with my sponsor. I call her when I've got issues going on, you know, when things are going on in my life, I'll call her or whatever, but she's a good friend of mine. She's a very, very dear friend of mine. And so it was the three of us at the pool yesterday, and we were like hanging out in the pool, and My sponsor is, she is probably one of the wisest people I've ever met in my entire life. Like, I literally can, like, throw a problem at her, and she'll say something, she'll say things to me, like, that are very simple, like, well, this is an opportunity for change. Are you going to accept it, or are you going to ignore it? And I'm like, it really is that simple. I get it, right? But she also loves, like, makeup, hair, fashion. She's, like, into all of that stuff, right? So, but she doesn't know anything about YouTube. And I've had to educate her. I've had to educate her on YouTube. So anyway, we were sitting in the pool yesterday, and she was like, yeah, I was trying to find some, beauty influencers to, like, fall asleep to, like, late at night. I could watch their tutorials, and I like to do, follow these makeup tutorials and stuff like that. And she was like, I found this one gal. She was like, I love her. She's like, she's really pretty. She's like, she's so intelligent, and she her speaking like makes me fall asleep because her videos are so nice. And she goes, but I went back like 3 or 5 years, and I started watching her videos, and I've been watching them like, from back then all the way to today. And she goes, the weirdest thing happened. She was like, I loved her videos. They were so calming, and I learned so much from her. She's like, she would talk about like a $300 skincare lotion, face lotion, and compare it to like a Dollar Tree lotion. And she goes, she has this palette out that I really want. And I'm like, right. She was like, but then all of a sudden, like, I saw this video come up, and it was like one of her newest videos, or her newest video, and she's like reading all this stuff from like a lawyer, like legal, and Tanya goes, Tati. I go, Tanya Jean. She goes, it's Tati. I know all about the drama. So my sponsor was like, what's going on with all of this? And I was like, she was like, well, I don't even know who Jeffree Star is, or these people. I don't know anybody, these people that she's talking about. So she was asking what was happening. I said, it's too long. You'd have to watch my videos and whatever. And she's like, to be honest with you, I don't really care. She's like, I don't watch these people for any of that anyway. She goes, I watch them for the makeup tutorials and the beauty and all that kind of stuff. And her and Tanya were talking about the Tati palette and all that kind of stuff, And it's like, she was like, yeah, that's the stuff I care about. I don't care about the drama. And we were sitting there having this conversation because she asked Tanya, she was like, well, who's somebody that you watch that you really like? And Tanya said, I love Raw Beauty Kristi, and I love Smoky Glow. Tanya is like one of Hannah's biggest fans on Smoky Glow. And she's like, now Smoky Glow talks about the drama, but she talks about other things to do with the makeup industry too. And she talks about all kinds of stuff. She said, but they do like realistic makeup for like me, like somebody out there like me. She's like, I can watch them, and I'm like, I can do the same like look. So when we were having that conversation, I was like, it's so interesting from a drama channel point of view that like people are, I guess I just assume that people that follow beauty influencers, that they really are into the drama. And I was like having that conversation yesterday, and I was like, it was like this aha moment for me. I was like, I bet like probably 80% of the people that follow beauty influencers out there could care less about the drama and don't want any part of it and don't want to watch anything to do with it. And in fact, Tati throws up a video like that, and it makes them unfollow her. I've seen that over on the Beauty Guru Reddit. I've seen it on Twitter where people are like, I'm tired of this drama. This is not why I started watching the beauty influencer community. So I think it's a really interesting point, and I think like, that is why it's important to, shout out, other beauty influencers and micro influencers and things like that, people that are like up and coming, because I think for you guys out there that want the beauty influencer stuff minus the drama, that's why it's always been very important for me to do the lighthearted drama, because it's like, okay, you can love, like, I'm trying to think of an analogy, but it's like you can love Jaclyn Hill, but then, like, let's do, and I'm not talking about something serious, like her launch of the lipsticks or something like that, but, some funny drama or something, that she might get herself into, and that's, like, let's say, just, like, a tangent off of loving Jaclyn Hill. So you can still love Jaclyn Hill and watch her, but at the same time, it's like, okay, like, you're into all that kind of petty drama, instead of, like, the really serious stuff that's, like, life-ruining, career-ending drama, right? Like, then it becomes like too dark, and it's like, I didn't get into this anyway. So I thought that was an interesting conversation. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I have a feeling when I say this, a majority of people are going to say, yeah, I could care less about the drama. I mean, just to be honest with you, the amount of comments I get on my videos where people are like, I don't even know these people that you're talking about, or I could care less about Jeffree Star, I've just come here for you. Like, first of all, that's so meaningful. Thank you. I just passed 35,000 subscribers on my review channel today, and that was like, It was so cool. It was just such a cool moment. The fact that you guys allow me to get on here and make videos, you know how appreciative of it I am. Like, I love it. Like, this is everything I love to do. And I wouldn't like sit here and like slowly get down so I could sit in front of the video. So I appreciate it. But I have a feeling that there are a lot of you out there that could care less about the beauty influencer drama. So let me know in the comment section below. All right, I want to talk about two things. I want to talk about Morgan Adams talking about Shane Dawson. Oh my God, this 15-minute. This was not an intro. This was me talking about all kinds of things. But I want to talk about Morgan Adams talking about Shane Dawson in her newest video. And I also want to talk about Shane Dawson's stuff being on clearance. I started getting all of these messages from people saying that all of Shane's stuff was like marked down and half off. Well, I went over and I looked on the website, okay, which was really interesting, I have to tell you. That when I went in to look up his merch shop, Pop Buzz, actually, this article from Pop Buzz from November of 2020 last year, November 27th of 2019, came up, and it's Shane Dawson releases pig merch collection with Jeffree Star. I just have to read you the first paragraph. How times have changed. Shane and Jeffree's new merch collection includes hoodies, t-shirts, slides, backpacks, and phone cases. Here are all the prices and restock information. Well, this is it. This is the year that Shane Dawson finally takes all our money. Well, wasn't that the truth? You're a fortune teller of the world. Forget that Aphrodite and that Leah Lucille, I was going to say. B. Lucille, I love her so much. Forget that. Right here, Pop Buzz, they had it for you. They should have said, well, here it is, cash grab of the century, and then they're just going to go away and hide forever. Well, this is it. This is the year that Shane Dawson finally takes our money. An eyeshadow palette and a new merch collection. It's honestly game over for all of us. I didn't buy none of that junk, okay? Anyway, I thought that was funny that came up here. But, what was I saying? Oh, I went onto his merch shop. You guys, there's like two things that are on sale over there, okay? There's like the diet root beer, the root beer hoodie. The gray one is like half off. And there's like the pink pig backpack. My guess is that they probably just bought, I hate when like I have that one hair that's like kind of going down. I don't know much about clothes, but my hair looks weird. Anyway, I have a feeling that they probably bought like surplus orders of that, you know, and now they have it just sitting there in that Lonesome Killer merch distribution center. Ow, just hit myself. There is actually some drama going on that there's a lot of influencers out there that are pulling from Killer merch. You guys, I've had quite a few people. I might make that video actually. There's quite a few people that have reached out to me with screenshots of people that used to be on a Killer merch and aren't anymore. And there were like, people were saying like, I will not stand by Jeffree Star anymore and I'm pulling out of Killer merch. That was really, I mean, it's quite a few, you guys. So anyway, but I looked over there. It's only like 2 or 3 things that are on clearance. It's nothing else. So if you want to go get that pig backpack, I think it's like, I don't know, $20 or something like that now. You can go get that. All right, I want to talk about the Morgan Adams thing. Okay, so now whenever I watch these kind of videos, I try to go into them completely, like with being completely objective, right? Morgan Adams is interesting to me. And I actually kind of like, I talked to a couple friends about this situation in the last 24 hours, and I was really thinking a lot about it. Morgan Adams is somebody, so for those of you that know that I'm sober, I have quite a few friends of mine that are like in their mid-20s, girls that are in their mid-20s, and they're always like, they love Morgan Adams, right? And they're like, Morgan Adams is like, she's just like me. She's so like, I'm her and all this kind of stuff. So she's kind of like the later, like even though she's not later 20s, I think she's probably 23, coming up on 23. I know that because when I met Shane Dawson and Rylan and Garrett and Andrew, it was for Morgan's 21st birthday. She was in Las Vegas that weekend, which we're going to reference in just a second because what she said about him and what I think are two completely different things, but that goes besides, whatever. So anyway, you know, I think that Morgan is kind of an anomaly on YouTube. You know, in this world of Jake Pauls and Tana Mojos and all of these people that are highly problematic, you know, then you have Morgan Adams, which, let's just be completely fair, Morgan Adams' channel would not be where it was if it was not for Shane Dawson. I don't care. We can, y'all, listen, and neither would Ryland. Ryland would have never won an award, the Streamies or the Shorties or whatever, I don't even know what they're called. So he would never have won that award for Vlogger of the Year. He's just not that fine of a vlogger. No offense to Rylan Adams, but like none of his videos have I ever watched, and I'm like, oh my God, like I'm completely blown away. There are a lot finer vloggers out there. There are actually some vloggers that have vlogged every single day for the last 4 years for an hour and a half driving around, yeah, me, and never gotten any kind of recognition and don't care. But anyway, I mean, he's not the world's finest vlogger. Let's just be for real, right? They got their recognition because of Shane Dawson. And it's interesting because I can remember when Shane started dating Ryland, he introduced him, he said, I'm not going to do videos, like have my boyfriend in them a lot. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to push Ryland and all that kind of stuff. And that's exactly what he's done. Which, whatever, you know, like, I mean, I think like any big YouTuber that brings their partner in, they're going to have a following off of that. So that's fair, right? I think that Ryland seems like a nice guy. When I interacted with him, he was very, very nice, very smart. Morgan, I have not met. She seems very, very nice. And I think she's relatable. And I think she literally is a lot of girls her age. I think she is. I think so many 20 to 25, 26, 28-year-olds watch her and are like, oh my God, this is me. Like, I'm just that girl that throws my hair up in a heist in her ponytail and puts on like a sweatshirt. Oh, and I can afford to buy my mom a Louis Vuitton purse. But no, I mean, she has all that stuff, but she's very like humble about it too, right? So I like Morgan. I think she seems like a really sweet girl. She seems very appreciative of what she has. I mean, I think like for all of them, like for her, like this whole like, I don't have a lot and I'm very humble. Like for Morgan, it seems to me to be real. Like it really, really does. Although we know financially she does well. And I like that she shows stuff like buying her mom a Louis Vuitton purse. I think that's kind of cool, you know? So, I mean, and that I even think makes her relatable. So when I saw that she had come out with this video, she hadn't posted a video in the last month, and then she came out with this video and it was like just like an everyday vlog. And I saw people talking about it. I was like, okay, I'm going to go watch this. And it's like they go glamping. Is that what it's called? They go glamping and, you know, all this kind of stuff. And she's with her mom. And then at the end, it's like her and her cat. And they're sitting in their bedroom. And she starts addressing this whole situation with Shane Dawson. No, I wasn't going to say the SH show, but we could call it that. Okay. I took some notes. Not many. I just took a couple of them. So, you know, I feel like going into this video, like her hands are tied. Like, what was she supposed to do? Like, Morgan is, I mean, even though I think her brother being Shane's fiance has vastly helped her channel, which whatever, like, networking is networking. So it's not like, I don't believe, this is the thing. If Morgan had just started her channel and nobody knew who she was, she'd probably have 30 or 40,000 subscribers right now. Okay. The fact that Shane Dawson's her brother-in-law or is going to be really helped her channel. I don't think anybody can deny that. There's a lot of channels that are like hers that are out there. Okay. But I think that, does she deserve it? Does the networking help? I'm not going to blame anything like that on it. I mean, like, listen, networking is a thing in the world, right? So, okay, she got to boost up. Who cares? It's the same thing as a shout out or anything else. So I'm not going to put that on her, right? So she has this channel and a lot of people like it. And I feel like her hands are really tied because she wants to continue to do her channel. Her people want her to post. Like, I've seen so many people say, like, Morgan, when are you coming back? Morgan, when are you? I mean, people want her to post, right? So I went into it. And she says at the beginning, she says the old videos of Shane, and then she says the whole drama thing, which I thought that was a weird way to call it that. Like, she talked about the old videos of Shane, and then she said the whole drama thing. I mean, she didn't specifically talk about, you know, any specifics with any of the videos, which I understand that why she wouldn't do that. But she said that, that she wanted to, like, kind of talk about that and address it. And then she said, it's not the same as everyday Shane. She says that in there. She was like, you know, the Shane from 10 years ago in these videos. And she does acknowledge, first of all, I want to say, I give it to the girl for actually addressing it. Okay. Like, that's huge props for me. Like, that she didn't just come out in a video and be like, oh, day in my life. Okay. She actually sat down and addressed it. I mean, this girl's got, like, I'm proud of her, like, for addressing it, right? She's unfollowed Jeffree. She doesn't want anything to do with Jeffree. She's distanced herself from Jeffree. But, like, this isn't Jeffree. Okay. Jeffree's not family to her. Like, Shane is going to be her brother-in-law. Like, she has to, like, be around him, you know? I mean, and that's a completely different situation. So I'm not saying that she should excuse his behavior, nor does she. And she addresses it, and then she says on there, you know, like, I don't like those videos from the past, and she says, like, you know, those are disturbing to me, or whatever she says. But she addresses them. I mean, it's no BS. She comes out and addresses them. But then she goes in and she says, that the person that he was 10 years ago is not the person that she knows today, and that she's known him for 3.5 to 4 years. Now, this is where I'm just going to enter my 2 cents in, okay? I don't know what she's talking about. I don't know if she's just talking about Jeffree, or just talking about the videos from 10 years ago and the things that he did in those videos, or if she's talking about who he is as a person and that he's this great person. Because when I met with Shane 2 years ago, less than 2 years ago, for Morgan's 21st birthday, that's why they were there. When I met with them, he talked about every single one of his friends behind the scenes. Every single one of them. I don't forget a thing. I remember everything he said. So, you know, like, and that was kind of the first eye-opening thing for me, where I was like, yeah, I don't want a part of this big YouTube. If this is what big YouTube is like, where everybody talks behind their backs, like, I don't want a part of this. You know, and even like, when I had talked to Trisha Paytas, she never did that. Like, she never talked about people behind their back, you know? And so I was kind of like blown away. I mean, you know, and since then I've met like Loie Lane. She doesn't talk about people behind their backs. Amelia Farr. I mean, the people that I've talked to do not, I mean, that has not been something that I've witnessed. So I was really surprised. I mean, and Shane was comfortable talking about these people, the Tana, Trisha, Jake Paul. I mean, all these people that he was comfortable talking about. So I think, okay, well, how much have you really changed then? If less than 2 years ago, because it will be August, the last week of August will be 2 years. If in the, did I say 2 weeks? If in the last 2 years you really, like, that's who you were talking about, your friends behind their back, do you still do that? Are you really this great guy that everybody wants you to think that? I don't know. You know, then she goes in this whole thing and says, their actions that they've changed, you know, and then she talks about this whole thing about, like, his actions, like, do his actions show that he's changed and who he is as a person? And I think she's really actually maybe more talking about Jeffree Star in that moment. I don't know. This is the one thing I kind of wish, like, she had to address it somehow, and she did, and now this allows her to move on and do her thing on her channel. I kind of wish, though, she would say, like, and Shane, who's going to be my brother-in-law, like, this is what I wish he would do. Or this is what, you know, like, I wish she would have maybe given him some advice and just said, instead of saying, that was disturbing to me, I don't like it, and, you know, okay, now we're going to move forward. And this isn't who he is, you know. I mean, I wish she just kind of would have said some of those kinds of things so that we would have known, like, where she stood going forward. But I guess we, you know, won't know all that. And maybe we don't need to know. So anyway, I think that's all I have. I am glad that she addressed it. I mean, she was in a tough situation. You know, the thing is, Rylan can't come out and address it because Rylan inserted himself in the middle of it, you know? When you watch D'Angelo Wallace's video, if you haven't already, about Shane, which you should. The video is called, like, the moment that Shane Dawson lost his career or something. And the moment is when he gets on the live stream talking about Tati Westbrook. Well, Rylan's in the background. You know, Rylan tweeted out that day some very problematic stuff. We hadn't seen that side of Rylan before. I mean, we didn't just see who Shane Dawson was that day. We saw who Rylan Adams was too. So do I think that Morgan's going to come out in a video and bad talk her brother and her brother's fiance? Absolutely not. I mean, I think this was saving face to some degree, and she knew that she had to talk about it. Do I think she addressed it to the best of her ability? Yeah, I mean, she's screwed. Like, I mean, what's she going to do? Talk negatively about her family? Or talk about it and address it? I think she did the best that she could possibly do. I don't know what else. I mean, I don't know. Like, I think when people are like, and I'm just being completely objective, if people are like, well, she should have nothing to do with him, I mean, that's not realistic. Like, that's just not realistic, and I don't know what world you live in where you can just, like, I don't know, like, they're her family. I mean, she's going to see them, you know what I mean? So anyway, let me know what you think about that. I don't know, my opinion can be changed, so put it in the comment section if you think that I should change my opinion about that. And I promise you more positive comments in the future that I will be reading. I've been trying to do that. I've been trying to do, like, birthday shout-outs and stuff. Anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.